Greetings, welcome back to Pink Oddbird. Today what I'm here with is the November Music Vault series, and it is based on the song called Caged Bird by Alicia Keys. So let's go ahead and take a look. So this month the song is called Caged Bird. I'll have all of the information for this song down in the description box, so be sure to check there so you can hear the song and understand what I'm talking about when it comes to this little book that I've made, as well as any other information that might be pertinent. So as you can see, I've decided to make something a little bit different this time. The pages are bound by this jute twine, and I've just reinforced it with some eyelets, and then here's the back. There is stitching around the perimeter, but it's in a beige thread, so it's kind of camouflaged, but it's just a little collage of fabric on the back, and I love this little dusty rose sort of silky fabric. And then here is what the front looks like. I've made a little feather out of music paper. This is vintage music paper, and I thought it was appropriate because it's kind of like Songbird, and also because the song is called Caged Bird and it's the Music Vault series, it was pretty perfect. So I went ahead and made that, and then just collaged more stuff here in the background. Alright, to get started, I've left the front cover plain, so journaling can be done here. This one is going to be given as a gift also, so it won't be listed up, but I did want to come and share this with you. We're almost done with the Music Vault series. There's only 1 month left. Alright, so on the pages I've used a lot of vintage papers in the background, as well as like scrapbook pages. Again, I'll list all of my thank yous for inspiration, supplies, and such in the description box below. So here in the front, I've just made a little tag, and I've stamped out why not just set her free, because obviously the song is Caged Bird, and then I put that behind this little caged bird here. And thanks for that, Janine. So on the next page, I've just done a little collage with some little winged insects, and I've just glued this beautiful feather down, and I've just put some washi here for decoration. A little golden bird book page, and it just flips out so that there's more room for writing here. The little music notes and these background stamps here are also music notes. Here I've just done a little collage with some bits and pieces that were around my desk. And I thought that some of the Tim Holtz clippings that I found were so perfect. All her dreams would come true. I lived beneath the open sky. So I thought that was so pretty. So here on the next page, we have one of these feathers. I've just stuck it on with some washi so it can come up if you want to do some different collaging behind here, or put paper and write over that. Here I used distress stains over gesso, and these are just book pages. And then I've stamped out some images here with birds and bird's nest and a little bit of decorative stitching. This image here is from the Graphics Fairy. Over here, another collage with some of that vintage paper, fabric, and some other stuff. A little bit of writing space here, and then I've just got an envelope with this textured, I guess I got these at my scrapbook store. They were just like a little feather lot. And then another Graphics Fairy images in here. The bird cage. I thought this book was pretty fun to make. I haven't made one like this. I don't think I've made one like this before, but I really like the look and style of it. Sort of rustic. Rustic is my jam. Just gives it a really unique look to me when it's just, you know, not completely... It's perfect in its own way, I guess you should say. So here I've just made a little tag and collaged on some really big paper. I obviously cut it down to size, and then did some other collaging on here with definitions, and it's just plain on the back. And then I've glued down another one of those feathers here, and then some washi and other papers. Another Graphics Fairy image. So here on the back I've got a little birdie in the nest, and then another sticker definition down here. Some beautiful quilt here. Thanks, Lori. I thought maybe you can leave it as is, or if you want to glue some paper down over this, and just write, or write on the paper first and then glue it down. That could work too. I'll link to where you can pick these little multiplication cards up. I love these. I've just altered it by making a little collage at the bottom. So what I did here was I used paint and Inca Gold. I cut out one of those vintage golden book birds out of the book pages, and then some trim here from Laura. So here on this page, I just used another one of those feathers. This one is like glitter paper, and then a little tag with a bird cage on it. And then here at the top is a top loading pocket. And I've just sprayed this with some glitter sprays, and yeah, that's what it looks like. But I thought that this image was really appropriate because if you listen to the song, or at least read the lyrics below, this image will mean something. I think this song is pretty neat because if you can put your own interpretation to what circumstances the person she's singing about might have been in. It's kind of actually a little sad to me, but I don't know. I guess you can put your own take on it, your own idea of what it might mean. So another collage, my little feather stamp here, and then I just did some script stamping on there, and then another tag that I've made. And then inside of it, we just have a little tiny tag with a little bird's nest. So here on this page, I've just made a little wallpaper envelope. And then inside of it is just a little journaling card. I'm really, really in love with the vibes of this book. It's just so delicate. I love it. It just, to me, really goes with the song. Some die cut pieces here, and then another Tim Holtz, I Dream of Stars That Glitter, which I thought that if a bird was caged, that might be a thing that they sadly dream about. Stamping here. And then on the next page, what I've done is use some of that trim from Laura's shop and bring it up so you can see it better, but I've done sort of my interpretation of a cage by using that beautiful trim. And then on the journaling card here, I just stamped out caged bird, and I picked the raven because he's looking down, but he also could be looking sad. So that one goes here behind the cage. And then here I just washi taped on a Project Life card because I love this paper so much and I didn't want to cover it up on this envelope that I collaged. And so it's just on with some washi tape so the person can do some journaling here and then just flip it back down. And then inside the pocket I've stamped out another feather that I have and then just made a little journaling spot here. So here we've got a little bit more collaging going on. And the last of the 3 feather die cuts that I have, a little dignity definition, and then of course more collaging with paper and fabric. And here on the final page, just the last collage, and I put on this really big rose. I thought that was pretty, and some space here for a little journaling. And then there's my stamp, and that is it. So as you can see, it's really simple, it's really delicate, and that is actually the same way I would describe this song. There's not a whole lot of music and such behind her when she's singing it. I thought that would be a really neat way to translate it over into this book with the same sort of minimalistic style that's just simple and beautiful. I appreciate you all for being here with me. One more month to go. And yeah, so I guess that's going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.